While researching the mining exploits of John Winthrop Jr. for the upcoming Mines and Mysteries documentary, I learned of his blast furnace in Saugus, Massachusetts. Sofie and I took a trip up to Saugus Ironworks to see how iron was made in the 1600s. The site included a museum and reconstructed blast furnace and ironworks. In 1642, Winthrop formed an investment group called the Company of Undertakers of the Ironworks in New England. This was one of the first major industrial investments in the colonies. He picked a great site for the project near the Saugus River, an ideal shipping route to bring in the raw materials to build his furnace, and for shipping his iron to market. Although the ironworks proved successful at first, it did not produce the profits that the investors hoped for. By 1670, it was shut down and soon lost to history. That is, until 1950, when archaeologist Roland Robbins began excavating the site. Amazingly preserved artifacts were recovered, including the original 500-pound trip hammer and even a huge oak anvil base. These artifacts were crucial in understanding how iron was produced here in the 1600s. Just outside the huge blast furnace, iron was being cast, although on a slightly smaller scale than in Winthrop's time. I can just imagine Winthrop anxiously observing a similar sight when iron first freely flowed from his blast furnace. And with that first stream of molten iron, industrial America was born. After an exciting visit to the ironworks, we decided to head over to nearby Salem for something to eat. It was mid-October, but already the city was in the Halloween spirit. I was in search of a good clam chowder and a beer. We meandered down streets packed with people in the Halloween spirit, and witches of all varieties. There were stands selling the essentials, like Dracula fangs, but still, the clam chowder I had hoped for proved elusive. We stumbled, somewhat dazed, through a creepy carnival.
You want to go on that ride, Sophie?
No!
And then through an even creepier cemetery. Until at last, our appetites were satisfied. As I looked over the dimly lit harbor, I thought of John Winthrop Jr. arriving on the banks of these very shores. This land was a blank canvas for one of the most industrious men in early American history. He had all the raw materials of a new continent at his disposal, and he certainly wasted no time in putting them to good use.